welcome back to my little film and TV channel. We have a series to look at today. We're going over to the world of Amazon. Original series. It is in Spanish, but it has been dubbed into English, so if you don't like subtitles, you can watch it, but a little bit more of that in a moment. This is called Private Affair, a comedy crime drama series, 8 episodes by about 44 to 47 minutes approximately. Please, if you are new to the channel, please push that subscribe button, push the bell notification. All these blogs are coming out, do everything film and TV, reviews, information blogs, etc. So I try and inform and entertain if I can where possible, if the reviews allow me. It's not too serious a subject, of course. So please join me. I do also blogs for my football team, Manchester City. So if that's of any interest to you or someone you know, please point them in my direction. My thing's hanging out. There we go. Please point them in my direction. That'd be fantastic. And please, all thumbs up. Any thumbs up, guys. Much appreciated. Great to get comments, please, on this series or anything else you want to talk about. It doesn't matter. It's open to any comment you want to make as long as it's not rude. And please give us a thumbs up. Just makes an old film and TV watcher very happy. Yes, Amazon Prime series. Spanish original. I thought I had French in my mind original. Well, that's because there's a guy called Jean Reno in it, and I know he's French, so I just thought it was French. But obviously, this is a Spanish original. It's rated 16 for streaming. Not 100% sure. There's a bit of nudity at the start, but I don't know. I'm struggling to find out why it was a 16 in respect. And it was available and showing on Amazon from the 16th of September 2022. And what are the public thinking? What's Joe Public thinking? An Internet Movie Database. Yeah, it scored 6.3 out of 10, just over 200 reviews and scores less. Well, that's not bad, is it? 6.3 out of 10, certainly a watchable score, as we know. And if you break that down a little bit further, ignore the 10 out of 10s and 1 out of 10s, 152 people scored it between 6 and 9, and just 44 scored it between 2 and 5. So overall, a 78% positivity. So that sounds all good so far, doesn't it? Perhaps it does. Yes, this is set in Spain in the 1940s. So, I mean, there will be probably, if you know your history and know things around at that time, there's probably lots of errors made in this. I don't go into that side of it. I just watch it for entertainment. I don't start looking at, that phone wasn't invented till 1952, and those curtains couldn't have been that because they're the wrong colour. We didn't have that dye in that date, and all this sort of thing. Well, I don't worry about things like that. So it's Spain of the 1940s. A private affair revolves around Marina Quiroga, resolute determination to find a serial killer. So it's a serial killer series, but a bit light, a bit dark comedy, a bit light, obviously, than you'd expect for a serial killer film. She's a bold, upper-caste girl who has the genes of a detective but cannot join the police force due to gender inequality. Swines. With the help of her loyal butler, Hector, played by Jean Reno, Marina decides to trap the killer terrorising her city, Galicia. Directed by David Pinillos, Maria Ripley, and Daniel Arano. This stars Aura Garrido as the main Marina, as the main protagonist, Jean Reno as an able assistant, Gorka Oxoa, Pablo Molinero, Alex Garcia, Angelina Molina, and Tito Valverde, amongst many others, of course. And there's nothing really on Rotten Tomatoes or the critics on this, so I've had a quick look through. I did binge watch it. Probably not a good idea. I don't think it's a binge watching thing because it is quite long. And because it's quite long, it gets a little bit boring. I did find myself looking for other things to do while I was watching this as well, which is not too bad a thing, but for a whodunit, if you like, it's not the best. So that is a problem. I mean, perhaps some of the humour, I think, that's aimed at. I mean, there's supposed to be humour in this. You can tell it by the way the actors act, not particularly what they say, because it's dubbed, so you don't really get to know their voices. But perhaps some of the humour and personalities are lost a little bit in dubbing in this, and perhaps it is funny than it certainly appears when you watch it in the English dubbed version. And I'm sure the Spanish original was possibly a little bit quirkier from the chemistry point of view between the two main protagonists. Nicely presented, lovely to look at, but the story is just a little repetitive over 8 episodes, 8 times 45, 47-minute episodes. There's a few chases in it, there's a few, she gets into a little bit, she's no superwoman, that's for sure, but it just gets a little bit repetitive and samey for me. A little bit unexciting most part, as I said, without the quirkiness or the humour. which might help if it was coming through, but it doesn't. It doesn't really come through. As I said, might be the dubbing problem. I'm not too sure. As I said, the chemistry's okay between the lead and Jean Reno. But again, Jean Reno's not in his own voice, so that's felt a bit odd. It'd be nice for him to dub his own voice, wouldn't it? And we know he can speak English, so it'd be nice if they could dub their own voices in English. Might be better, but that's always not always available within the constraints of a budget, is it? Let's be honest about it. Yeah, humour lost in translation. I do find myself sort of, when I'm watching this, thinking of the BBC afternoon crime dramas, your Father Browns and your Shakespeares and all that sort of thing, and pining for that. Because I think this is an attempt at that, but obviously this Spanish version, certainly, as I said, given the constraints of dubbing, doesn't sort of live up to that sort of level of British afternoon crime drama that we're familiar with here in the UK. It's okay to have on in the background on a lazy afternoon. Perhaps you just watch an episode or two while you're doing something else. You're on your phone or you're doing the ironing. Just have one in the background and say it doesn't take much concentration. It isn't that complicated. A couple of nice twists in it, but you sort of more or less see one or two coming. But it's not too badly done. And at times you can sort of even drop off. I mean, you could even drop. I think I've dropped off once or twice, guys. My apologies. Only for a few minutes at something. And you still drop off with no detriment to the story because it's a bit dragged out, and that's a problem. Not a great binge watch, as I said. Watch it, just for a filler. Just watch it for a filler. You'll probably enjoy it more than I do. Nice potential, nice looking. A bit drab at times for me, and I'm just going to give it a basic. I'm going to score it because they made the effort. They've put it together. I'm going to give it a basic 5 out of 10. It doesn't get the 6 out of 10 watchable, but it's just one of those Amazon series that just looks as though it could be fun, and it just doesn't work. If you like to watch in the original language and watching subtitles, that may help. That may help if you don't mind doing that, but. Not quite work for me, unfortunately. I do like Jean Reno. I did look forward to him. And the lead in this, of course, Garrido, who played Marina, was very pretty, nice to look at. But I was going to say not a lot there then, but that's just about the series, not particularly that young lady. It just was a bit disappointing. Anyway, let me know, guys, if you get to watch this. As I said, it's okay as a bit of a background watch, just a bit of filler. If you've nothing else to watch of any great shakes, then fair enough. Let me know your comments anyway. Thanks for watching. Please, until we meet again, that's one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.